Hi, this is Tracy from GiftBasketappeal, and today I'm going to show you how I made these birthday gift tags. So let's get started. I just absolutely love making flower type embellishments or projects. And so since it's spring, I'm going to be using this stamp set from Maymay Made It, and it's got these really pretty flowers on it, and this one is called Sunflower Wishes. So that's the stamp I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be using this larger sunflower, and then since it's my birthday this month, during the month of March, I'm going to be using the birthday stamp. It's got like separate sentiments, so I'm just going to take the happy and birthday on there, but it's got so many different sentiments and you can use them individually or you can put them together. So I'm going to put happy birthday on one of the stamps, and that's going to help with my gift tag. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull together some of my items from my stash. As many of you know, I like to use these cereal boxes cut up, and I use the gift tag template that I can find online, and then I just cut it out, or sometimes I trace one out and I keep a bunch of them because you always need gift tags. I also have some paper that I have in my stash, and so what I'm going to do with that is I like using up my scraps, and I love the way this striped scrapbook paper looks. So all I'm going to do is, if you want, you can trace this onto the back of it. So you have two of them and you trace them so that they're double-sided, because we want to cover both sides. But I'm just going to put this right up against it and just cut. Just real easy. If you feel more comfortable tracing it and cutting it out, you can. I'm going to do this one also. I just like the fact that this has a lot of colors in it, so it's going to really blend in with my flowers. And this is one of those projects where you can just make a whole bunch of these and just have a stack of them for all year round. Okay, so now we're just going to cover it. I'm going to use my crafter's tape. I love this stuff. It just really adheres very well. And I'm going to cover my gift tag template here. Oops, got it sticking to me, huh? And I just want to make sure I have the edges have tape on them, enough of the crafter's tape, because you don't want those edges coming up. I'm just going to put it down just like that. And then if you have some of the sides that are still sticking out, all you have to do is just cut them right off. That way you know for sure that everything looks nice and even. And I'm going to go ahead and punch my hole in here, right at the top there. I can put my string in. Okay, so now we're going to just, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have I want an outline on this because I don't want this showing. So what I normally do is I'll just take my Copic marker and just go along the outside that has a little bit of a border. Just the little details. Okay, I'm going to put that aside for a moment, and now for the fun part. We get to create our flower that's going to go on there. And so this is the sunflower that I'm using. Let's see if you can see this real good. This is the one I'm going to be using. And look how cute that is. There's so much you can do with that. And that's why I really like this particular stamp. I like Maymay stamps because you can use them for other things. There's so many things you can do with them. Okay, so I'm going to just stamp this on here. I'm just going to move some things out of the way so I can do my coloring. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to color the outside of this, just the flower petals, and then I'm going to leave the inside so that I can cover it with some rhinestones. So I'm just using my Copics, but you can use Crayola pencils or Crayola markers, whatever you want to do. Whatever you have in your stash, just use it. And if you hear noise under my desk here is my dog. So I'm recording at night, and so he feels like it's past his bedtime, so. So I'm just coloring this in, and I'm gonna cut this out, so. Coloring is one of my favorite things to do. I may have to do a craft using crayons just to see what I could come up with. Maybe have something like a crayon challenge or a colored pencil challenge where you just force yourself to use something, just the basic stuff. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out right now before just around here for right now, and then I'll just cut it out in more detail. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and just right in the middle here, a little bit of glitter glue in there. And then with this space in the middle, I decided that I would put rhinestones in there. Just to give it a little bit of bling and shimmer, make it just different. Like I said, there's so many different things you can do with these stamps to really make them stand out. And I am in love with rhinestones this season, because as you can see, many of my projects have rhinestones in them. And of course, I'm using this glitter glue because it dries clear and it dries pretty fast. So I just started in the middle, and I'm just working my way around this, getting these on here real quick because they dry pretty fast. Okay, and once I do that, once again I'm going in with my Icicles glitter glue just to fill in those spaces. And I've been using this idea in a lot of my crafting. So this technique is pretty versatile. And gift tags are so much fun because they're quick and easy, and you can make a bunch of them. I'm just squeezing right in those areas there. And look how pretty that looks. Show if you can see that shine on there. Okay, and now it's time to really let it dry a little bit. Let the stickles dry because they're going to be wet, and then cut them out. So I would make a bunch in whatever colors you want to make them in. Let them dry for about 30 to maybe 40 minutes, and then cut them all out, or vice versa. Okay, so once it's all cut out, right around the edges has that white cardstock showing through. And because I don't want that showing through, I'm going to take my red Copic marker, and you can use the black and just trace, just kind of shade in around the sides, the edges, so those white edges aren't showing through. And you don't have to do this, it's just a personal preference for me. And look how pretty that is. Okay, and we're almost there. We're gonna have to make our tag now. And what I was saying about Maymay stamps is that she has those. I'm gonna take happy and birthday, and I already put it on my block, my stamping block. And I like the fact that you can mix up those words where you don't have to have them together or apart, or you can have it above or below. We can just have individual words, which I really like. So I'm going to take some of my scrap here, some cardstock, to make my little sentiment here. And I'm using my Distress ink from Tim Holtz. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out. And if you have a paper slicer, you can always use that too. And there's my doggy over here making noise. And I like to have borders around my sentiments. Just brings it out a little bit more. And so I think I'm going to just outline this with the black. And I'm going to take my red, and I'm I'm just going to go around, and I really love dots. That's one of my favorite things. I'm just going to make some dots going around here. Just make it happy. You don't have to do this, but I like details. And just adding that little bit of a border really helps. My doggie is being very busy tonight. All right, and so now we get to put our gift tag together. And I'm going to put this on some mounting strips. I'm going to cut it up and so that it can really pop and kind of stand out on my gift tag. And you just want to make sure that those stickles and the rhinestones that you glued on are dry so that you can kind of really fuss around with it when you turn it over and add your stuff to it. It's better to have everything dry. I'm just going to put this right about here and just press. And that just gives it a little bit of dimension on there. I really like that. And then the happy birthday, I'm just going to put it at an angle like that. Just real simple. And of course, I want this to be mounted also. If you like making cards and sentiments, you always want to have some of these in stock. Just going to have that kind of go just kind of right across here at an angle. That would look good. And so this is what we have so far. And so to bring a little bit of the sparkle out of this, I'm going to just take a little bit of glue and just squeeze a little bit out. Just one little bit. And I'm going to add a few rhinestones just to kind of tie everything in. I love this art glitter glue. Just so, such a good glue, and it dries so fast. And I'll put the link for the art glitter glue, as well as where you can get Maymay's stamp set. And look how cute that looks. And I actually forgot to add my string, so I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to use some baker's twine. Put that right through there. And pull it right through. And look how adorable that is. Let me show you the other ones I made. It's a matching set there. And then here's the one I did in purple. So you can do a bunch of things with this. And it's perfect for spring, but you can use just the flower alone for some type of embellishment. And I want to show you some of the other ones that I made earlier today, just kind of playing around with that flower. And I think I'm gonna cut these out and just save them for other projects. You could have a ball making a bunch of these. And look at that. It's the green and the yellow. So you can mix it up with whatever colors you want. I hope this inspired you. And so go ahead and make those beautiful gift tags for your birthday. And I'm going to be celebrating all month long because this month, March, is my birthday. So don't forget to subscribe, comment below, and like this video. Thanks for joining me. Bye.